What's up? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. If you're new, I like to react to video game music. I myself am a musician for over half my life, and I like to dissect these just a little bit. Today I'm doing a Patreon request for the BRM Platinum Trophy Tier supporter. This is Yakuza. Funk Goes On. It just says Yakuza, so maybe this is the first one. I've had a little bit of experience with Yakuza. It's been one of my favorite series that I've discovered here. And, you know, this intrigues me because this is the first. And the first in many artist catalogs are usually their best. But that's subjective. Anywho, this is Funk Goes On with a title like that from a game series like this. My expectations are a little high. Commence. Are those vocals? Man, I'm getting a lot of introduction vibes, like the beginning. Funky. Lives up to this name. Whammy bar. Two guitars. Fading out. I think I just heard vocals get funky at the end. So I wasn't tripping. I was like, I swear I hear vocals somewhere. They're like super turned down. But it has like that ambience. This sounds so like arcade. I just kept thinking arcade, arcade, arcade. You know, the kind of music that just jumps out at you as you're walking by. So you kind of like look and see what's going on. Well, it lives up to its name. Funk Goes On. Although there was a twist here, and that I was very energetic because of the distorted guitars. So it was indeed funk guitar and funk rhythms, but funk is usually played like on clean electric guitars. But it was the exact same thing, but distorted. So it sounds more like power chords and almost punk-like. And the only difference is really just cranking the distortion on it. So it's an interesting take on funk, but the whole rhythm section and percussion section is funk indeed. So that was pretty cool. It just adds like a layer of energy to it, because funk is already very energetic. But when you add, you know, distortion elements to the guitar, it all of a sudden just sounds like, I don't know. It's, to me, it sounded, I guess that segues to what I got from this. The only vibe I kept thinking over and over and over was like beginning, intro, main menu, or like first stage, or like first cutscene, like any of those, like just the beginning, something at the start. I don't know why. It just had that kind of like introductory, like, hey, this is what we're about type of feeling to me. Now, of course, my intuition isn't always correct. That could be in the middle of the game during a sad scene. Who knows? You know, you can only get so much out of an image. But to me, like that kind of music, I think of mostly main menu. You know, I could just see like a cutscene happen, and then you're shot into the menu and you're scrolling, and then that's playing. Or something along those lines. But hey, it worked. Something that caught my attention in this game, or this song, is the other Yakuzas that I've heard have been later in the series. So this is the earliest Yakuza I've done now. And it's actually cool because I can hear how it evolved. And I'm not saying which is better or anything like that. I don't really do that typically. I don't really, you know, of course things get technically better as years goes on, you know, there's more production value, there's more budget, etc., etc. But it's nice to see like where it came from, and I can see how it ended up to where it is. You know what I mean? If you play the later ones, you might know what I'm talking about. It just has this evolution, like it grew up. This feels really like almost like you're in your teenage years almost, you know? It's just very young sounding, underdeveloped, you know, it's kind of raw. And then later on it becomes more this like mature progression. So it's really, really cool that I was actually able, I was wondering that when I started the video. I'm like, I wonder if the soundtrack always was insane, or if it like took a kind of gradual growth to be insane. And this is insane in its own way, don't get me wrong, this isn't bad in any way, it's just different from what I've heard. But I can see where it came from. To me, it almost sounds like high school band, and then they go record the first, you know, studio record, that kind of thing. You know, it's like this is like the demo type of thing. So it's really exciting. I like that a lot. And I don't know, it's just something that I would imagine hearing, like I said, either in the main menu or definitely, I forgot to mention this, definitely beat 'em up vibes. I haven't seen much footage from the Yakuza series, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere along the lines of like a beat 'em up, like the old arcade styles. I could be wrong about that, but it definitely has that aura. You know, it's kind of like a repeating song a lot. There's no structure. It's a very linear structure. It's just a repeating riff over and over and over with like little variances here and there, meaning the song kind of progresses with the level. The level is just kind of moving, but the song is just there for like energy. So yeah, I got a lot of feelings for this one, but mainly just like that raw beginning. I guess those are the two words that come to mind, like just rambunctious, raw, and well, three. Start. Raw, rambunctious start is the way I can describe Funk Goes On by Yakuza. So really cool. I really like the music in Yakuza. It stands out, you know? It's hard to stand out when I do this for a living and I hear so many songs from different games. It's hard to stand out. And Yakuza stands out, and I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that anyone that's heard the soundtrack, it's something special, and it's a really cool series. Highly regarded in like its style. I don't know about its lore, but it's just a highly regarded series. So anyways, really enjoyable, funky as hell, and that's it. So with that being said, if you want to get your request in as well, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. They are not necessary, but they guarantee that I will check out your song eventually if you don't mind waiting. There is a waitlist, quite a bit, and there's a lot of songs in there. But if you want to be like the BRM here, they are a Platinum Trophy supporter, meaning they shot to the top without waiting. and that's kind of a special feeling. So he is one of them, as well as Zenreact's Fly and Jackie. So shout out to them. Can't wait for the next Yakuza song. I still have many to go from the series in my request queue, and I'm always impressed by it. You know, one of them is in my top 10 that I've checked out in general. So there's a special place in my ear for Yakuza, and I can't wait for the next reaction for it. So until next time, dudes and dudettes, tell me more about this game. Have you played it? I don't hear a lot about this game. I hear a lot about Zero and other ones, but not this one. So let me know. I will see you guys and gals later. My name is Jesse. Peace.